Hi everyone, this is Dr. Shivani. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is about the mineral calcium. But before starting the video, if you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's start with the video. In this video today, you will get to know about the function of calcium, its dietary requirements, its source and the factors which are promoting the calcium absorption and inhibiting the calcium absorption and some of the disease related to the calcium. Calcium is the most abundant among the minerals in the body. The total content of calcium in an adult man is about 1 to 1.5 kg. Let's see some of the biochemical function of the calcium. Calcium is very important in the development of bone and teeth, muscle contraction, blood coagulation, nerve transmission, membrane integrity and permeability, activation of enzyme, calmodulin mediated action of calcium as the intracellular messenger, and also in the release of hormones like insulin, PTH and calcitonin. Now let's see about some of the dietary requirement of calcium. Calcium is required in the adult men and women, that is 800 mg per day. The women during pregnancy, lactation and postmenopause women require 1.5 gram per day. Children at the age of 1 to 18 years require 0.8 to 1.2 gram per day. Infant should require 300 to 500 mg per day. Now let's see the source of calcium. The best source of calcium is milk and milk products, and the good source is beans, leafy vegetables, fish, cabbage and egg yolk. Now let's see about the absorption of calcium. The absorption of calcium mostly occur in the duodenum by an energy dependent active process. There are some factors which are promoting the calcium absorption, that is vitamin D, parathyroid hormone, acidity, lactose and some of the amino acids. There are some factors which are inhibiting the calcium absorption. They are phytates, oxalates, free fatty acids, alkaline condition and high content of dietary fibers. The plasma calcium level is 9 to 11 mg per dl. About half of it is in the ionized form, which is functionally the most active form. There are some factors regulating the plasma calcium level, that is calcitrol. So what is this calcitrol? This is a physiologically active form of vitamin D hormone. Then it is the parathyroid hormone, which is secreted by two pairs of parathyroid gland that are closely associated with the thyroid gland. Next is calcitonin. Calcitonin is a peptide containing 32 amino acid which is secreted by parafollicular cells of thyroid gland. Now let's see some of the diseases related to calcium. First is hypercalcemia. As the name indicates, there will be increased level of serum calcium, that is more than 9 to 11 mg per dl. The symptoms of this hypercalcemia includes lethargy, muscle weakness, loss of appetite, constipation, nausea, increased myocardial contractibility and susceptibility to fracture. Next is hypocalcemia. Hypocalcemia means there will be fall in the serum calcium level below 7 mg per dl. This is more serious and life-threatening condition, causing tetany. The symptoms of tetany includes neuromuscular irritability, spasm and convulsion. Now let's see about rickets. Rickets is a disorder of defective calcification of bone. This may be due to low level of vitamin D in the body or due to dietary deficiency of calcium and phosphate or both. The concentration of serum calcium and phosphorus may be low or normal. An increase in the activity of alkaline phosphatase is a characteristic feature of rickets. Now let's see about osteoporosis, which is the most common disease nowadays. Osteoporosis is characterized by the demineralization of bone resulting in the progressive loss of bone mass. So this osteoporosis is most commonly in the elderly people above 60 years. Both sexes are at the risk of osteoporosis. However, it is more predominantly occur in the postmenopausal women. Osteoporosis result in frequent bone fracture, which are a major cause of disability among the elder. So what is the etiology or cause of this osteoporosis? It is largely unknown, but it is believed that several causative factors may contribute to it. The ability to produce calcitrol form vitamin D is decreased with age, particularly in the postmenopausal women. Immobilized or Sedentary individuals tend to decrease bone mass, while those on regular exercise tend to increase the bone mass. Deficiency of sex hormone in women have been implicated in the development of osteoporosis. Let's say about the treatment. Estrogen administration along with the calcium supplementation to postmenopausal women reduces the risk of fracture. Higher dietary intake of calcium is recommended for elderly people. This is all about the mineral calcium. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.